finish, my friend. We overthrew the tyrant, Euraxia Tarn, defeated Zumog Foom and the Betrayer, even killed at least 2 dragons and made the moons move in the sky. If only I could shake this sense of impending doom.
Which impending doom were we talking about?
Nothing specific. Not really. I guess this sense of worry will stay with me until I know the fate of Gareshri, Zamorak, even Prefect Kalo. I would return to the Moongate, but other matters require my attention. Namely, the envoy of the Main.
You think our companions would not have survived it?
That is just it. I have no idea. Moons, my head pounds. The effort I exerted at Jode's core was not without a cost. Five Claw, could I convince you to determine the fate of my soldiers and our friends?
This one will go find out what's happened to our companions.
I appreciate your assistance, my friend. Find out what happened to Gareshri and the others, then bring word back to me. Meanwhile, I will try to find a few moments to rest before I meet with the Main's envoy or worry about the other dragons.
Isn't the dragon threat over now?
Far from it. But without Calgrontid and Mulamnir to lead them, they are solitary beasts without a grand plan. Colossal, dangerous beasts to be sure, but not the overwhelming force they were under their dragon leaders.
Kinda hard to believe this all started with a Khajiit legend,
There is little difference between myth and history for the Khajiit Five Claw. Whether Euraxia discovered the Kunzari stories and that led them to the Betrayer's head, or Zumog Foom reanimated the head and then learned the tales, who can say?
Interesting. Gareshri, what's happened?
It's good to see you, Five Claw. We only just returned and I have yet to report to the Queen. Chimera is alright, isn't she? We saw the moons move and the eclipse end, but we haven't heard what happened after you entered the Moongate.
Chimera is fine. As a matter of fact, you sent me to find out what happened to you.
After I was caught in that dragon blast, Zamorak tended to my wounds and took command of the soldiers defending the upper ridge. I'm sorry to say that I was in and out of consciousness for most of what happened next.
So you don't know how the battle ended?
I know that I am still alive and grateful to be back in Rimmen. It's a miracle, thank the moons, that the city is free once more. If you want to know what really occurred at the Moongate, you'll need to ask Zamorak and Prefect Kalo.
And your injuries. Do you see the healer?
There are those among the troops who need the healers more than I. But perhaps a few hours in the soothing springs will restore my strength. I'll need it too. I have much to do to help Chimera restore Anequina to its former glory.
How much longer do we have here? 1 minute left, guys. Put exclamation point dragons to get a giveaway. Perfect. Hello.
Oh, it's you. Good to see you're still among the living. I suppose you had a hand in getting the moons to finally pull apart? Hang on, I need to finish my report. I find that it's best to write it all down while it's still fresh in my mind.
Oh, that's what me here. Chimera wants to know what happened after we entered the Moongate.
It's all in my report. Our troops held their ground and fought bravely. We lost many good soldiers, Khajiit and Imperial, but we did our duty. We slaughtered Euraxians by the score and kept the dragons at bay until the moons broke apart.
So ending the eclipse was significant then?
It was crucial to our survival. When the moons separated, the dragons broke ranks. They seemed to lose their drive, their purpose. They stopped attacking and flew off. Not a moment too soon. We had exhausted both our strength and our ammunition.
And what did the Euraxians do?
The ones that survived Zamorak's charge lost what remained of their courage when the dragons abandoned the field of battle. They scattered like sand roaches and ran in all directions. I doubt they'll give the militia too much trouble going forward.
And what will you and the irregulars do now,
We still have a lot to do to heal the scars left by Euraxia and her mercenaries. I'll offer our services to Queen Chimera and Lord Gareshri. Let them use us where we'll do the most good.
So you'll defend Elsweyr then, hmm?
If that's what they need. But the Cygnus Irregulars are mostly military engineers, scouts, and trainers. We have a lot more to offer a kingdom that needs to be rebuilt than just blades and shields. That was our original mission, to help Elsweyr.
Zamorak is happy to see you, friend.
Hello.
After the dragons entered the Moon Gate and you followed, this one worried that all was lost. But then, the moons parted, and suddenly everything seemed all right.
Camilla sent me to find out what happened to you and the others.
Just what you would expect. We held our ground against the swarming Euraxians and their necromancers, repelled the dragons as best we could. This one let the desert wind flow through his limbs and claws, while our soldiers rallied to his side.
So you defeated the Euraxians, hmm?
Between the Khajiit militia and the Cygnus Irregulars, we held them off. When the moons separated, the Euraxians broke off their attack and scattered to the four winds. The remainder will be a nuisance, but they pose no threat to the kingdom.
And the dragons?
Zamorak doesn't know for certain. We faced mostly the Euraxians on the upper ridge. Prefect Kalo commanded the ballisti, so he could tell you more. This one does know that when the moons began to separate, the dragons roared in rage and flew away.
And what do you do now, Zamorak?
Zamorak hopes to serve as Queen Chimera's claw and defend the throne as he was trained to do. If she will not have me, well, Gareshri has many plans for improving life in Elsweyr. This one would be happy to help in any way he can.
Whenever you interludes that you out the stream, I get that too. So most of your time on Mixer nowadays. You're one of the few handfuls I watch Twitch for. Ah, nice. I was on Twitch for a while there, but then the whole thing, the affiliates, meaning you can't stream on Twitch and on Mixer. And then just some of the general issues I have with Mixer and like, Mixer was an okay platform, but like when I was sending complaints that people were coming in and troll the channel, I didn't receive any response whatsoever from any of the GMs, and it took weeks to see any action on stuff.
This one must speak with you.
Envoy.
This one never expected to set foot in the capital of Anequina again. She hoped the militia would succeed, but she didn't believe they stood a chance against the usurper queen. Kashia understands you played a significant role in these events, yes?
Mm-hmm. This one helped you overthrow the Axia, defeat the betrayer, and also stop the dragons on the Plain of Jode. This one is very humble, though.
Such wonders you have accomplished, and to have touched the face of blessed Jode. This one is in awe. Despite all that, the Main has sent me to determine what happens next. Where is Lord Gareshri, the Speaker of the Main?
Gareshri returned from battle and went to the healers. What do you mean, what happens next?
The healers? This one hopes the Speaker wasn't gravely injured. As for your question, we must settle the matter of Anequina's succession. Kashia must determine if Chimera is the legitimate heir to the throne, and if so, recognize her claim.
She is a surviving daughter of King Hagamel. Doesn't that make her queen?
Certainly, but anyone can make such a claim. To be accepted by the Khajiit, she must be recognized by the Main. With Gareshri indisposed, will you stand with Chimera and vouch for her heritage? If so, please tell her I am ready to meet with her.
This one will go find Chimera and let her know.
Before you return to Chimera's side, this one requests an additional favor. The Main gave Kashia a sealed letter for Abner Tharn, but he refuses to see me. I understand that you and he share a special bond. Perhaps you could deliver the letter.
This one could deliver the letter. But why is the Main ready to Abner Tharn?
The specifics concern the Tharn alone, but this one believes it deals with the artificial eclipse and its impact on Khajiit society.
The moons hold great sway over the Khajiit born under them. What does this mean for those born during this eclipse?
Ooh, I didn't think about that. That is weird. So Khajiit are like done, are basically born in different phases of the moon here. So what happens in a special event like an eclipse? An eclipse. This one does not understand.
No matter what caused the eclipse, Joan and Jode joined as one. When this occurs naturally, one born then may become the next main. But during a false eclipse, succession becomes a concern. The main hopes Tharn can explain the arcane implications.
And what does the main, why didn't the main come to crown Chimera personally then?
The main cannot be everywhere at once. That is what the speaker and the envoys are for. For now, the main's duties do not include Anequina. But know that the main's heart is everywhere in Elsweyr. Now, please deliver the letter to Abner Tharn.
Alright, alright. Yeah, Chimera is. Sorry for the spoilers. Each first Dr. Z is born under the different moon. Yep. Yeah, but with like an artificial one here, they become the main, but like what really happens to them is the question, you know?
Abner, you simply must stay for the ceremony. It's not every day we get to see a lovely cat receive a crown.
Nonsense. And don't call me Abner. Besides, I think I've overstayed my welcome as far as Chimera is concerned.
Oh, Cadwell, what are you trying to do?
Talk some sense into him. Abner can't just slink away like a thief in the night. It's undignified, not to mention rude. I don't know what goes on in that otherwise brilliant mind of his.
He wants to get the hell out of here now that he thinks he's paid his debt.
You and Cadwell, the two of you just can't leave well enough alone. No one was supposed to notice as I slipped out of Rimmen. Of course, very little has gone according to plan since the Wrathstone tablets set me on this path.
Oh, you're trying to leave, huh, Thon?
I am neither sentimental nor enamored of pomp and circumstance. My time in Elsweyr has shown me that I have limits. I am not the battle mage I was in my younger days. Besides, I hate parties. Small talk, speeches, canapes, totally unbearable.
You're a Tharn, yet you hate the politics of a party, huh? Really? I thought you wanted to be there when the Chimera's crowned queen,
I watched firsthand as a remarkable young woman became a leader. She's already a queen. Everything else is simply ceremony. I've lingered here long enough. You were an able enough traveling companion. I may call on you again sometime.
This one has a letter for you. It's from the main.
An intriguing question. Are Khajiit born under a forced eclipse next in line for the main? But this other bit confirms my suspicions. I must travel to Palatine at once. I'm sure we'll see each other again. Until then, farewell.
Palatine. Palatine? Palatine was a kingdom of southern Tamriel. It merged with the rival kingdom Anequina in 2E309 and became the Elsweyr Confederation until they united in the province for the first time. Palatine occupies the southern half of Elsweyr, a region of jungles, rainforests, and river basins. So that's where we're going next, guys. Good luck, Tharn.
We accomplished much, but I fear we haven't seen the last of Calgrontide. I must investigate reports coming from the south. You, however, have a queen to crown. Take Cadwell with you and make sure he behaves. And tell Chimera she did admirably.
So you think Calgrontide is still a threat, then?
We saw no body. And there's no reason to suppose Calgrontiid couldn't escape from Jode just as we did. He absorbed a remarkable amount of energy while the moons were aligned, after all. I'll send for you if and when I confirm my suspicions.
Goodbye.
Abner's received a new quest from the main. As soon as we finish here, I'll join him. Quests are my speciality. Oh, fiddlesticks. I just remembered Queen Chimera asked me to be her king's claw. I guess Abner will have to soldier on without me.
Chimera wants you to be the next king, the king's claw or queen's claw? What?
Yes, indeed.
Whoa.
Her exact words were, "You can call yourself the Emperor of Cyrodiil for all I care. Just quit blathering and let me think." I've no designs on the ruby throne, but Cadwell the Queen's claw has a rather dashing ring to it, eh?
Sorry, Zamorak. Oh, Cadwell just swoops in and gets that. Oh. Yeah, so southern Elsweyr here. This area here is that area. Sorry. Is that Palatine. This area right here. So this is Elsweyr proper. This is Elsweyr southern. Interesting thing though. Like you see this waterway here? Which if I look at this. Okay, that's on the right hand side of the map, right? Ooh, sorry. Basically on this side here. This should come down and around here. Like beyond this mountain range here, right? There should be a river going through here, but it doesn't show up on the map. But it's kind of weird though, because this waterway is as big as like any of these inlets here. But yeah, that's the next DLC, I guess. They usually tease it at the end of one of these DLCs. Down where the Calls of Colossus are. Yeah, that would make sense. Oh, look at, he's like snapping. Look at him snap. He's like casting out a player.
I assure you, Kasia, my wounds are healing quite nicely.
Nevertheless, this one has asked the Outlander to stand beside Chimera, should I decide to give the Main's blessing.
Citizen. Oh, nope. Over this way. Did I hear an elephant? Must be one of the baby mammoths. Ah, Chimera.
Garishri told me you found them. He filled me in on what happened during the battle at the Moongate. Dragons and necromancers, I understand. But politics and coronations, they twist my tail, and their regalia. It pinches. Moons, I miss my leathers.
Having second thoughts on becoming the Queen of Anequina?
I am having many thoughts, but I know what I must do. Like Anequina and my other ancestors before me, I must stand tall and accept my responsibilities with humility and grace. Provided the Main's envoy confirms my right to the throne.
The envoy does not believe you're King Hagmark's daughter?
The woman is inscrutable. I think she just wants to see me suffer until she acquiesces and places the crown on my head. Before the full weight of the kingdom falls upon my shoulders, I want to tell you something.
Rakos Chimera.
I want you to know I appreciate everything you have done for Elsweyr. For me. I do not believe we would have survived without your assistance. Now, I understand the envoy asked you to stand beside me at the ceremony. Are you ready, my friend?
This one is ready, Chimera. Let's go.
Go on, my friend. Enter the throne room and wait for me. I need another moment to compose myself, but I will be along shortly.
Five Claw, a word.
Five Claw, this one is so glad to see you. Great Hall's noble guests. Very different from Numaya's humble ranch, yes? This one has high hopes for Queen Camira's reign. No stinking poacher would dare invite the wrath of such a ruler.
How does the prowl know that the poachers are gone?
The prowl recovers. The beasts and the land slowly find their balance once again. There will always be poachers. Numaya knows this, but with their leader dead, the threat is far less dire.
Citizen. She?
Yushiha hoped she would see you again, Walker. She very nearly didn't. The Moon Gate was a costly victory.
What's happened to you at the Moon Gate?
The battle played out as this one expected, until the Euraxians got in behind our lines. Then it ceased to be warfare and became slaughter. No strategy, just kill or be killed. Yushiha fully expected to die there, if not for Zamorak.
What does Zamorak do?
Zamorak refused to run, to abandon the wounded Lord Gareshri. So Yushiha decided to remain as well. Then, this one released the beast within her. The taste of Euraxian blood. Yushiha may never fully rinse it away.
So you drink the Euraxian blood, huh?
Rivers of the foul stuff flowed over this one's lips. But Zamorak was a cyclone. The living arms of the desert wind. He pulled Yushiha back to herself. You must think her a hypocrite. But Yushiha is not like Rakasha. She fears that side of herself.
I thought they were going. Thought you were going to live by the grandmother's peaceful ways, then.
That is Yushiha's intentions. She tasted the blood of her enemies, but she does not think of the living as her prey. This one does not hunt the innocent for the sake of sating her thirst. She will never give in to that temptation. Never.
So you'll be sticking around then,
So long as the dragons continue to terrorize the living, the dead will have no rest. This one will see this fight to its end. When this land knows peace again, then she will retreat to the shadows once more.
Prefect Kello.
This is my first royal coronation. I hope it isn't as long and complicated as the imperial ceremonies I've read about.
Kind of weird that you got Imperials this side, Khajiit this side. Aggie. Can I sit? Oh! Oh! Look, we can pet it. Finally, we get an Elfique to sit in our lap. Oh, can we sit in this one too?
Five Claw. Alas, Lirjazi has no message for you. Furthermore, Lirjazi should point out that small talk is not this one's specialty.
Okay. Zamorak.
Zamorak cannot wait to see Camira formally recognized as our queen. It is a proud day for Anequina, my friend.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Last time I was in Rimmon Palace, it was on business. Well, certainly seems you've sought out bigger game since our time in Hakoshey. A dragon, I believe? Or several, if the stories I've heard are true.
Ah, the stories are true.
You'll have to excuse me if I don't trust you to get rid of all the beasts. The sooner I'm back in Morrowind, the better. I don't say this often, but it would be best to stay on your guard.
Is that the front? No,
Not this time. I just doubt this dragon business has been entirely dealt with. Best to be prepared for what lies ahead. Besides, it would be awful if you wound up dead. You were marginally helpful after all.
Thankiness. Granadip Margidor. Go.
You have done much since last we met, traveler.
Yes.
This one knew you had a brave heart, but never did he imagine you would become the savior of Elsweyr. Thank the moons we happened upon the wreckage of your caravan.
How's the Auditorium since the dragon attack?
We are still repairing Starhaven, one stone at a time. Unfortunately, the brunt of the dragon's attack targeted the Adepts' dormitories. Everyone sleeps under the moonlight until the work is completed.
And you're not afraid of another dragon attack,
Where aren't there dragon attacks in this land of ours? This one will just have to hope that heroes like you drive them back. Someday, bright moons will shine over Elsweyr again. In this, Majadro has faith.
Admiral.
Tears of joy, my friend. Once Chimera arrives, this small stream will become a raging river, and honor, he's even more emotional than me.
Is that right, Honor? Huh? Got a 3. Envoy?
Where is Chimera? I expected her to be eager to hear my proclamation.
Can I sit in this? Nope, I can't sit in that yet.
The healers were able to do wonders, my friend. I almost feel like my old self again. I will secure Chimera's claim. You just stand beside her and support her. She values your presence, as do I. But where is Chimera? I expected you to bring her in.
Come to us ready. Begin the coronation.
Who will confirm that Chimera is the daughter of King Hemekar and the rightful heir to the throne of Anequina?
I will, as her guardian all these years, and as the Speaker of the Main. Chimera is the rightful heir. Come forth, daughter of Hemekar and Numara. Come forth, child of Anequina.
Chimera, do you accept the duties of the throne? Will you lead this kingdom and protect its people?
I do, and I will.
Know then that the Main accepts and recognizes your claim. All hail Chimera, Queen of Anequina!
I promise to serve our people, and I offer thanks to all who helped achieve our recent victories. Finally, there is one I wish to honor. One whose assistance in these matters was unprecedented and invaluable.
Cadwell!
Fiveclaw, my comrade and friend, please, approach the throne.
We have to?
Courageous Fiveclaw, I will make sure your deeds are sung by my people. They will be told from one generation to the next. As Kunzari passed into legend, so too will you.
This one does not know what to say.
Then say nothing, my friend. Just know that you helped deliver my homeland from tyranny. You helped me avenge my parents. You saved us from dragons and undead. We will never forget that. I will never forget that.
So we'll tell us no.
You appeared when Elsweyr needed you most. In our most desperate time of troubles, you helped restore our nation. You will always have a place here, my friend. and I want you to accept the greatest award I can offer. I name you Champion of Anequina.
Royal Staff. Flame Staff, yay! And mask.
There are still dragons to kill and Euraxians to deal with, but now it is time to celebrate. Take a few moments, talk to our friends, then enjoy yourself, champion. You earned it.
So what does Queen do exactly,
Just what you would expect. I listen to problems and I try to find solutions. I suppose I must coordinate with our allies in the Dominion at some point, and there are still stray dragons and Euraxian deserters to deal with. So, the usual things.
Then I guess your day as an agent of the Main is behind you now,
It is time for different adventures, Fiveclaw. I must lead my people and erase the memories of the usurper queen. May her name be blotted from the histories. Of course, I may find time to slip away and explore a ruin or two. Every now and again. And all hail Fiveclaw, whom I name Champion of Anequina.
What do you do? Plan to do? Do you plan on playing Elsweyr on another character? I do. I'm gonna play it on my main character, but what I'm gonna do on the main character first is do all the side quest stuff, and then do the main quest. So, like, some of these people you see in here is from the side quest stuff, but I have more in stake for Herfy, my main character, to actually go through it, because I've already done all the stuff with Cadwell, all the stuff with Admiral Tharn, so I'm looking forward to see if the dialogue changes and what goes on there. Let's see. Let's get hardened. Oh, so close.
Wasn't that a beautiful ceremony? Not quite on the level of the time I attended Molon Ball's first Daedric Titan unveiling and Soul Shriven Impalement celebration, but beautiful, just the same.
And what is next for Cadwell,
Next, haven't given it a thought. It's enough trouble keeping track of the past and present to bother with what happens in the future. Maybe I'll finally build that little house on the edge of Cold Harbor's yawning chasm. Ah, the vertigo.
So you're really considering going back to Cold Harbor,
Well, certainly. Eventually. It's my home. Besides, who would all the Soul Shriven look up to if I never returned? Have no fear, my friend. If you ever need Cadwell's sword again, I'll rush to your side without hesitation. You have my word.
He just got labeled Claw of Elsweyr here. I thought he was actually going to take the position up here.
You have done much since last we met, Travis.
Yes, we would have talked. Now what?
I came to northern Elsweyr with an impossible task. I took command of the militia and sought to free Rimmon from Euraxia's grasp. With your help, we accomplished so much more.
Yes, we did.
You have my thanks for that, champion.
So what does next for Speaker of the Main?
As always, I go wherever the Main needs me. For a while, I remain in Rimmon to provide Queen Chimera with whatever assistance she requires. You know, I watched Chimera grow these past 6 years. She will be a better queen than even I imagined.
Thank you for helping to restore the bloodline of Anequina Walker. It is good to see a Khajiit once again on the throne of Rimmon. Gashia apologizes for all the formality, but she had to be sure before she bestowed the Main's blessing upon Chimera.
There are still dragons to kill and Euraxians to deal with, but now it is time to celebrate. Take a few moments, talk to our...
Something that kind of bothers me is I just noticed as well.
Just what you would expect. I listen to problems and I try to find solutions.
What
I
is...
suppose I must coordinate
guys...
with our allies in the Dominion at some point, and there are still stray dragons and Euraxian deserters to deal with. So, the usual things.
Does anyone else notice the issue with the way that she speaks? Is this something limited to simply the fact that she's a royal and that she doesn't speak in third person? It's like the opposite of the royal family in England, isn't it? Everyone speaks in third person, like, oh, the queen is mighty parched today. No, she's like saying I. That's weird, isn't it? Did they ever explain that? What about Yushia?
Yushia hoped she would see you again, Walker. She very nearly didn't. The Moon Gate was a costly victory.
Goodbye. Prefect?
I'm glad that the Cygnus Irregulars were able to lend Queen Chimera our support. Helped make up for all the evil Euraxia brought with her to Elsweyr. Now where's the music? I didn't spend the last 6 years learning Khajiit waltzes for nothing.
Did you determine what happens next with the Irregulars?
I hate the idea of mercenary companies, but without an imperial government in place, that seems to be what we're reduced to. Luckily, Chimera has accepted our offer of assistance and has agreed to employ us. As engineers and aid workers, of course.
So you really learned about Khajiit waltzes?
A few. You'd be surprised how many of their dances can't be accomplished without claws or a tail. I do hope they play the waxing moon, though. I find it rather elegant, and it's the one best suited to my tailless posterior.
Oh, there, look at the benches. Oh yes, I know, Alfiq. Hello, hello. How'd you like that gigantic piano? Oh, that was flying in space. Oh, look. Yes. Yes. Clap. Clap. I need to make this a GIF. Can you clap? Can you clap? The shower?
Queen Chimera. She is all official now. This one suppose that means more messages for Lirjazi to carry. Ah well, this one was too good at being a spy that no one realized her true calling. Being the Queen's messenger isn't the worst job, yes?
Yes.